Welcome to Ingirisi Mahathaya. Please watch and give your precious comments.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something a bit different, a really powerful source, just one document, actually. It's a narrative poem, The Ballad of the Alien Abduction.
Right. And instead of juggling lots of, scientific papers or eyewitness reports, we're treating this ballad almost like a first-hand testimony. It's literature, sure, but it lays out an alleged experience.
Exactly. So our mission today is to really dig into the specific details here. What imagery does it use? How does the poetic structure itself tell the story and make it stick with you?
Yeah, and that structure is fascinating right off the bat. Think about the chorus. Oh, wheels of fire, oh, discs that spin. It repeats, doesn't it?
It does. It's like this constant reminder, this descriptor of the craft appearing again and again.
Mm-hmm. It acts as both a refrain, like in any ballad, but also as a piece of evidence within the narrative. It's hammering home the visual, wheels of fire.
And that phrase, wheels of fire, it feels ancient, doesn't it? Not just like a modern sci-fi description.
Absolutely. Yeah. It immediately makes you think of older accounts, maybe even biblical descriptions like Ezekiel's visions, fiery chariots. So it connects this supposedly modern event to something deeper, almost mythological.
That's a great point. It sort of lifts it out of the ordinary from the start. Is it purely symbolic, though, or meant to be literal fire? It doesn't sound like, say, the silent triangles people report now.
Well, that's the thing with the ballad, right? You have to distill the essence. The poet chose imagery that's incredibly potent, maybe universally understood as powerful non-human tech, concise and, frankly, terrifying.
Okay, let's dive into the first stanza then, the setting. It's incredibly specific, almost old-fashioned. Caught beneath the midnight tree mentions a bucket, a rope, and the deep dark sea. A well stood still. Very rustic.
Yeah, it paints a picture of deep, grounded normalcy, almost pastoral, you could say.
Yeah.
A stark contrast to what's coming.
Right, that grounding imagery, the tree, the rope, it really emphasizes how rooted the narrator is supposed to be in this very natural, predictable world.
And that makes the violation, when it happens, feel even more jarring. It highlights the distance the person is about to travel, not just physically up into the sky, but emotionally, too. You're alone under a tree, near a well, then boom.
And the boom is sudden. Sparks lit the sky with a silver thrill. No warning. The shift is immediate.
Instantaneous. From quiet nature to this technological intrusion, the fiery discs, the wheels of fire from the chorus, they've arrived.
So that arrival is all metal, fire, geometry, which leads perfectly into stanza 2 and the beings themselves. They're first called four steel shadows drifted near.
Steel shadows. I love that description. It's got both hardness and different steel, but also something elusive, immaterial shadows.
Yeah, it suggests something maybe partly mechanical, but also stealthy. Definitely strips away any sense of warmth or recognizable life.
And look at what they do. They have hands of silence, void of fear. Mm-hmm. They're just functional, carrying out a procedure.
No conversation, no asking permission. It's purely physical.
Exactly. The actions are described as binding. They bound my body, raised me high, and carried the narrator into the starry sky. It's non-consensual, forceful, a core element in many abduction stories.
And how do they do that? That lifting. The poem mentions drawing the subject out and in.
It points to the tech from the chorus again, but gives a bit more detail. Through humming air and shining beams.
Ah, okay. So humming air might be like anti-gravity, some kind of field.
Could be. Suggests levitation. And the shining beams sound like a more directed energy, maybe a tractor beam, for the actual capture. It's technology doing the work forcefully.
Right. So now we shift settings completely, from under the tree to inside the craft, and the whole field changes. Upon a bed of chrome and glass.
That's a huge shift, isn't it? Chrome and glass, it immediately evokes something cold, clinical, sterile, like a lab or maybe an operating theater.
Yeah, it screams specimen.
Yeah.
You're not a person anymore. You're an object on a table. It definitely taps into those modern anxieties about impersonal science.
Totally. And then comes the time element. That's another classic feature, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, the time distortion. The ballad says the hours of Earth refuse to pass.
And that's not just about physics, is it? It's about the feeling. It stretches the terror out.
Yeah.
For the person experiencing it, it feels like an eternity, even if only minutes pass back on Earth. It maximizes the psychological impact.
And the procedures, they sound invasive. Thin tubes and wires, a burning breath, sensory details, but then it gets heavier.
Much heavier. It says they weighed my soul with the tools of death.
Wow. Okay, so that's not just a physical exam anymore.
Not at all. That line elevates it completely. It's an existential evaluation. Are the tools literally deadly? Or is it that the process feels like it could annihilate your very essence? Or maybe they're judging the soul's worth. It's profound.
And during this phase, the description of the beings changes too. They started as steel shadows, right? But now there are 4 ancient watchers, stern and wise. What's that about?
Interesting shift. Maybe it suggests a change in function or perhaps a hierarchy. They're not just the grab squad anymore.
Right, they're observing, judging.
Exactly. Ancient watchers implies deep history, knowledge, authority. It gives the whole examination this almost cosmic, non-human sense of judgment. And notice the electric eyes reading the blood.
Ah, technology integrated right into their perception. They're reading biological data directly.
Seems like it. Which brings us to stanza 4, and maybe the most disturbing part, the lasting physical change. The watchers are looking at screens of shadow, bright and grim, analyzing data maybe.
And the result of that analysis?
Is the marking, the specific intervention. They fix their chips in bone and limb.
Chips. Implants. That's the ultimate violation of sovereignty, isn't it?
It really is. It represents being tagged, tracked, permanently altered. It taps into deep fears about control, surveillance, losing ownership of your own body, even after you're back.
So the narrator is returned, back on soil and stone, physically safe, back on Earth. But something's fundamentally different.
Completely. The experience is internalized. The line, carry the stars inside their bones. That's powerful.
It implies they're changed forever. A part of that experience is now literally part of them.
Yeah, they're like a hybrid now, part Earth, part something else. And it affects their senses, too. The final chorus mentions hearing the Bering's secret tune when walking into the moon.
So it's not just a memory, it's ongoing, like a background hum, a constant reminder.
Or maybe the implant itself has some kind of sensory output. Whatever it is, their perception of reality is altered. It's a scar, as the poem says. Marked my flesh, you scarred my skin.
But it's more than a scar. It says the alien song remains when mortals sleep. It persists even in the subconscious.
That's the power of the ballad, I think. It takes these really high-tech, almost unbelievable elements, spinning discs, chrome, microchips, and weaves them together with truly primal fears, being bound, judged, altered against your will. It's incredibly efficient at conveying that trauma.
So for you listening, the key takeaway here might be how this ballad distills that core abduction narrative so effectively. You get the sudden arrival, the shift from cold shadows to these ancient wise watchers, the invasive examination that feels soul deep, and then the permanent marking, the implant.
What is that?
Those specific details, they create this terrifyingly memorable framework. And we talked about how the body, the memory, their mark changed.
Right. So if the price of this forced contact is carrying stars inside their bones, what does that actually mean for their connection to
what
Earth,
is that?
to their old life?
Which leads us to a final thought for you to ponder. If this experience forces such a profound change, imprinting the cosmos onto the narrator, what part of their original self, their purely human self, the one standing by the well with the bucket, what part of that person got left behind forever beneath the midnight tree?
Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe my channel.